Hello, tonight I'm going to show you how to do the bow braid. I did start mine with 2 French braids going all the way around the side here, and then I've got it twisted down the bottom. Now with the bow braid, what we're going to do is you're going to leave out a section of hair right here when you do your French braids. Now your French braids can be half of your hair. You can leave the rest down. You could do it like I did with the 2 braids. I'm just going to do the bows on the top braid tonight. Like I said, you can do as many braids as you want. Just make sure that you do leave out this small section of hair here. It's not very big, but it is a section that you need. Now, with all hairdos that I do use products in the hair, and tonight I'm using the Garnier Fructis Leave-In Conditioning Cream. You also need a bobby pin or a hair pin for pulling the hair through the braid, and it's like this. Now, you don't want to use the small ones. You want to get the bigger ones that have the bigger gap in the middle here because it's easier for gripping the hair. Now you're going to start by just grabbing a section out of this piece here that you parted out, and you're going to put your product in. This keeps all the strands together so that they don't separate, and so it's easier to get all the pieces into the braid. Now what you're going to do is you're going to split this in half. You're going to bend it just like that, right in half. And you're going to grip it down here. You have just a little bended hair piece here. You're going to take your pen and you're going to select a spot on your braid wherever you want, and you're going to put it right through that spot right here. You're going to turn your pen so that it's facing just like this, and you're going to put this piece of hair that you bent in half right through the pen. This takes a little bit of time to make sure that all of the hair does go through. Once you get it through, it's pretty simple. And you're going to pull that all the way through so this top piece here is tight. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your pen and you're going to pull it through the piece of hair that you have on your braid. Again, this does take a little bit of time. This is one of the harder hairdos. Once you have it halfway through, you're going to get your pen out of the bottom, just like this. And you're going to separate your bow. Now if you have extra pieces left up here, it's not a big deal. We'll take care of those later. You'll just leave those hanging like that. And you're going to go back to your separated piece of hair here that's on the top. And you're going to part another section out of the top of it. Making sure you put your product in, just to keep all the strands together so that they don't separate and it's easier to put it through your braid. Again, you're going to bend it in half all the way, grabbing that bottom piece there. Now for the second bow, you're going to still use your same tool, but you can go right next to your other bow, or you can go down a little farther. For me, I'm going to go down just a little bit farther here. Put it through your braided piece here and turn your pen sideways. Again, put this through your pen, making sure you get all of the hair into the pen. Otherwise, you're going to have a big mess on your hands and it gets knotty and painful for the child. And you're going to pull it through until it's tight up here, and then pull it through your braid. Once you get it halfway through, you're going to pull out your pen and separate your bow. Again, just leave these extra pieces hanging there for now. And you're going to continue this until all of your parts or pieces of your section are done. Pulling it at the top, and I probably have about 2 left here. And you can make this section that you part out bigger or smaller depending on how many bows that you want to do. You can go just 1 or 2 bows into your braid, or you can go all the way down the braid. Mine's probably going to go about halfway. Bending it in half, like this. Grabbing it here so that you have your little loop. And I'm going to go down just a couple of bit more. Turn your pen sideways and put your hair through the pen. And it does get a little difficult sometimes when the hair is not completely put down with the product. But if you just take your time, you can get it all through the pen. Like that. Pull it tight so that it's tight up here. Grab the bottom of the pen and pull it through your braid. And I have enough for one more here. Make sure you put your product in. And it seems like a lot of product, but in the long run it makes a lot of sense because your hair is going to get very strangly and stringy, and it's going to become a big mess if you don't use something. If you're completely against product, you don't have to use them. It just makes the process just a little bit more difficult. Bend it in half. Grab your loop at the end. And put your pen through. Turn your pen sideways and put the hair through the pen. Pulling it tight so that it's tight up here, and pull it through the braid. And adjust your bow. Now with these extra pieces here, all you're going to do is you're just going to twist them around and tuck them in. Tuck them in however you find it's easiest for you. Just twist them around and tuck them in. You're just tucking them right in underneath of your braid. Ow. And sometimes it gets a little painful for the child, but just take your time. Mine has a little bit of a sensitive head, so she sometimes hurts a little bit. And you're just tucking in these pieces underneath of your braid so that they're hidden and you can't see them. Takes a little bit of time. And this is your last one. You can also tuck it into the top here, whichever is easiest for you. And there is your braid with the bows. Hair bow braid. Hope you enjoyed the video.